Chris Paul lifestyle and net worth. Chris Paul will go down in history as one of the greatest point guards of all time. What he has done throughout his illustrious career in the NBA has propelled him to legendary status, and he should be a shoo-in to the Hall of Fame once he becomes eligible. In this video, though, we're looking at Chris Paul's lifestyle and net worth in 2021. By the way, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our engaging videos, and use that trigger finger by smashing that like button. Now let's get into it. The majority of Paul's fortune comes from his NBA salary. The 6'1" guard was selected 4th overall in 2005 by the New Orleans Hornets as one of the top prospects of that class. However, it was not until his 5th season in the league that Paul started ranking in the big bucks. In the summer 2008, following his 3rd season with the Hornets, the former Wake Forest standout signed the first big deal of his career. This came out to the tune of a $63.6 million 4-year rookie extension with New Orleans that would take effect beginning in 2009 to 10. Towards the latter end of this deal, Paul was traded to the Los Angeles Clippers in a blockbuster deal that would serve as the inception of LA's Lobe City era. This was in 2011, and a couple of years later, Paul signed a max extension with the Clippers amounting to $107.3 million over 5 years. In 2017, following a number of ultimately unsuccessful years with the Clippers, Paul was traded to the Houston Rockets to pair up with James Harden. The following year, at the age of 33, the Rockets signed Paul to another max deal. This time around, it was worth a whopping $159.7 million over 4 years. The Rockets front office received a fair amount of criticism for signing a 33-year-old Paul to such a huge deal, especially in hindsight when the veteran started showing some signs of slowing down. In the summer of 2019, the Rockets pulled the plug on the Harden-Paul combination and shipped off the latter to the Oklahoma City Thunder in exchange for Russell Westbrook. After the 2019-20 season, Paul still has 2 more years on his current deal, which we will see him earn a total of around $85.5 million for 2 seasons. All in all, Paul will be looking to pocket a grand total of close to $350 million in NBA salaries by the time his current deal ends in 2022. It is worth noting, however, that he will only be 36 by then, so he might still be in store for a couple of substantial 1-year deals before he calls it a career. Aside from his basketball earnings, Paul has also a number of endorsement deals on the side. This includes contracts with Nike, Beyond Meat, Panini, Spalding, and of course, State Farm Mutual Auto Insurance. Forbes projects that Paul earns roughly $6 million per year in endorsements alone. Chris Paul is also involved with a lot of charities, including the After School All-Stars, an organization that partners with schools across the U.S. to provide after-school learning programs to low-income children. Other organizations include AIDS Still Required, Boys and Girls Club of America, Girl Up, and Make It Right, among others. He also runs the CP3 Foundation, the Chris Paul Family Foundation, which endeavors to influence individuals and families in education, sports, and life. The foundation was started in 2005 in a philanthropic partnership with the Winston-Salem Foundation, honoring Chris's late grandfather. Let's have a throwback at young Chris Paul. Chris Paul was born on May 6, 1985 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to Charles Edward Paul Sr. and Robin Jones. He has an older brother named Charles C.J. Paul. Charles Sr. was a former athlete himself and taught his sons basketball and football during their childhoods. Paul attended West Forsyth High School in Clements, North Carolina, where, as a senior, he led his school's varsity basketball team to a 27-3 record. He was a 2003 McDonald's All-American and was named North Carolina's Mr. Basketball for 2000. He attended Wake Forest University at Winston-Salem after high school. For 2 weeks on his sophomore season at Wake Forest, the school was ranked number 1 in the nation for the first time in school history. In the last game of the year, in an incident that would marry Paul's image for a bit of time, Paul punched North Carolina State guard Julius Hodge on the groin and received a 1-game suspension for the ACC tournament. Paul played for 2 seasons at Wake before he announced in April 2005 that he would be hiring an agent, turning professional and entering the 2005 NBA draft. Chris turned 35 years in 2020. His listed height stands at 6 foot 1 inch with 175 pounds of weight. According to various scouting reports, 6 foot is considered an average height for a professional basketball athlete. However, Chris's remarkable talents and achievements throughout his career have proven it otherwise. Now let's jump to his fortunes. Real estate and, of course, cars. NBA All-Star Chris Paul hasn't played for the Clippers since 2017, but he apparently still has some love for Los Angeles. Paul paid $11.1 million in an off-market deal for a newly built estate in Encino, according to the Los Angeles Times. It was the same amount the star point guard sold his Calabasas home. The Encino property includes a 1-acre spread. It includes a main house and guest house that combined for more than 12,000 square feet. And did you know? 2 of the 3 Jonas brothers spent a combined $34.1 million and a pair of mansions in the neighborhood. Both were records for Encino. Paul's real estate moves have reflected his journeys between teams. He spent some of the best years of his career with the Clippers, and during the time picked up properties in Bel Air along with the one in Calabasas. He sold off his Bel Air home for $8.7 million in September 2017 when he was traded to the Houston Rockets. Chris Paul has been a top point guard in the NBA for over a decade. The runs with the New Orleans Pelicans, Los Angeles Clippers, and now the Houston Rockets have each shown just how important Paul's presence has been in different situations. Paul has made a lot of money in his NBA run due to his NBA importance. The passion for cars led to Paul purchasing incredible automobiles like the Jeep JKU Wrangler Unlimited and a Range Rover. Paul even likes the classics as seen in his custom 1977 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. It looks like Paul will never win an NBA championship, but he has a championship-worthy garage. Paul and Anthony, who's been close friends for years, went to Game 3 at the American League Championship Series together. Paul did the driving in his sweet black Ferrari, just one in his impressive fleet of cars. The two longtime NBA stars drove into the VIP Diamond Club parking lot right in the back of the Minute Maid Park and spent a little time interacting with fans before slipping into an entrance. Melo was wearing one of his signature hoodies, the outfit he infamously even wears on the beach. Paul, almost always the most polished celebrity in the room, added a backwards Astros cap to his own outfit. That's a pro touch. Chris Paul always knows his audience. Harden also rolled into the game with his own entourage. Hey, it's not like there was any more room in Paul's Ferrari. Paul also gets someone else he can hang out with. It's good to have a Ferrari buddy. Now, fashion and the NBA go hand in hand, whether it's the infamous ankle trend, hat swag, or the classic sneaker heat. NBA players give us all kinds of looks. There's always the question of hot or not. If you're an NBA player dressing in head-to-toe designer clothes, it's practically part of the job these days. But there's a difference between the guys who rely on designer hoodies and ripped jeans and the ones who really have their head in a style game. But few players in the NBA get it more right more often than Chris Paul. From being the leader of the Los Angeles Clippers to the president of the National Basketball Players Association to a champion spokesperson and a consummate family man, Paul does it all with style. And he's the face of the 2017 campaign for one of the few men's fashion subscription-based services, the 5-4 Club. Move over, Kate Hudson's Fabletics. Paul is coming down the lane. Not bad, eh? All that fortune, we will wrap up with Chris Paul's net worth. As of 2021, according to Celebrity Net Worth, Chris Paul's net worth is estimated to be around $130 million. Whoa! Are you at all stunned by Chris Paul's net worth in 2021? Let us know in the comment section below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we continue giving you the best content. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.